Yo, what's up guys, this is a step-by-step video which includes all strategies from my previous tower videos in a big tower. We're gonna have the cage, turrets, Tesla coils which are new, then floating generator, the floating invisible supports for super stability, vaultdrop generator, the roofing obviously, and everything that you also need to know. Okay, starting with the foundation. I'm using a 13x13 foundation and a 3x3 core of the tower. That's what's causing the uneven number for the foundation. If you're using, for example, a 2x2 core, then go by 12x12 or 14x14, just so the distance between the tower and the cage is everywhere the same, right? And before anyone says I'm only building on flat ground, just like the other towers, this time we're gonna do it on uneven ground, so I can explain what to take care of when you do that. Step 2 is obviously you want to have your cage starting, and like I said, when we have a sloped thing like that, what you can't do is this, because these walls are not too connected to each other. If I pick this up, or if I destroy it, the other one's gone as well. What we need to do is, when we place the foundation, make sure that most of the foundations are in the same layer, just like this over here, right? And if it goes down, try to go down just like this, as fast as you can. Because over here, yeah, bitch, get the fuck away from me. If we do it like this, and if I would now destroy this shit, the other shit stays, right? So in our example, it would be this layer over here, because we have this corner over there, we have this little side over here, and then two above, or two half walls above, we have this whole, like this little part, this edge, almost this whole side, and then parts of this side over there, this corner, and then the lower corner over there as well. And then also our towers on the same grid, like the middle part, because you need it connected at the top without, like you want to do it without quarter walls, and it's only possible if they're on the same level, right? So this is perfect too, because this gives us the same foundation. So any walls which won't be connected are over there, this little part, these two over here, these two, and these few. Okay, I prepared everything now. You close it off, you want to go to those holes over here where it's like half the wall, and you either snap it to the ground over here or you snap it to the upper one. It doesn't matter. You can do both and just patch those holes. But like I said, they're not gonna be connected to the ground over here. Okay, step 3 is that I want to start my pattern on my tower. For that we're gonna use, as regularly, the thatch walls and metal things. So I'm thinking, since we're building a very big one, that I want to do a 5 pattern. And what you want to do is, where you want your turrets, you place thatch walls, and in the gaps in between you place metal walls, and then just prepare the whole tower in the middle. So your tower will then look like this. I went with 14 turrets per side now, which is a total of 56 turrets on the core tower. That sounds a bit low, but you need to keep in mind I want to have some turrets in my roofing too. I want turrets on the outside cage, and I want ground turrets as well. So after you made that, you want to add another layer of metal walls over here just for the spacing, and from there you're gonna go outside for more snap points later, all the way to cage wall. On the end of those things you want to place a pillar, connect the tower later to your cage, and also in the middle of that thing over here, as you see, you also want pillars, because pillars do that walls are connected over an edge, because if these walls are later not connected. If I destroy every lowest part of this wall, this whole wall would drop. If we connect them at some point with a pillar on the corner, it gives support to both directions, and then if you do it all the way around, everything connects to everything. So I went ahead and finished the cage now. As you saw, I also added some pillars on the corners already, but what we need to do is make a complete circle around the cage with pillars. This is used later for the netting on top. Not the roofing, but the regular netting with the railings, just to get another layer of protection for your tower. And then also it would be giving you snap points if you want to add more ports with like double door frames through this entire space up here. This. And the next thing we're gonna do is the generator box before we go to the roofing of the tower. For the generator box, you want to get some tek ceilings and metal ceilings. And I already got the walls, and we need a generator, obviously. And what you want to do then is take the pillar doors, add them in this shape over here, and then 2 levels below as well. And in between that space is where your Jenny box is going to be. I'm using tek ceilings. Okay. Get up again. Regular tek ceilings for the bottom one. Protect the generator from cannonballs, so that they can't just like drop the ceiling below. This. Add a openable door. Generator inside. A regular thing on top, and then these ones you want to have on never close. And then the Jenny box will be floating inside of your tower. Just like that. Okay, before we go to the tower top, actually I'm gonna put some turrets on the walls, and I also forgot to put turrets on these walls over here for the cage, like the outside turrets. I actually would say we add them. I placed all the turrets now and replaced the thatch walls with double door frames. We have a total of 82 turrets at the moment, which is just perfectly fine because I want to put 8 into the roof. And we have 10 for the ground turret. And as I explained once already, for easy railing placement, take strips of thatch ceilings. You can just snap those ceilings on all the sides, and then over the gaps. Go over here, look at the thing, and it's easy placeable. You don't need to like circle through the snap points. Okay, when we got the railings done, what you want to do then is go through these gaps and destroy all the thatch ceilings. Okay, when we got rid of the thatch, we want to add a cross of tek ceilings at the top. That will give us another snap point for all the railings, so just in case those pillars getting destroyed, the railings have another snap point in the middle, and everything will hold, even though, for example, if they bomb in over there, the rest of this line will hold. And we're gonna do the same thing a bit lower, which gives us the super stability, which is basically invisible, because I'm gonna turn them on never open. We're gonna large tek cellar doors exactly like this, and that basically connects the tower itself to the cage on another point, which is not destroyable. Okay, and as mentioned, we need to put them on never close, and it will be invisible. You could, if you want to go super crazy, go all the way around, but 4 connections in my opinion are enough, because first of all, they don't see where they are, like in which height. They would need to exactly destroy these walls over here to take them off, and I think no one will do that. looks like this, and we're gonna do it for every side and the top part as well. Okay guys, since the Tesla coils are out now, we definitely want to install them on our tower, but not on the ground. I came up with 3 ideas. So first thing is you make them floating like this. Downside to this would be that there would be 2 Tesla coils close to each other. I don't know if it's like worth it putting them too close to each other. What you can also do is like just a Tesla coil and tech turret, just to protect the metal plate, but I mean the coil is gone before the plate is gone, so I don't know. It's 2 ideas. You build it just like this, X ceiling, make it seem floating, and then just install the Tesla coil towards the ceiling, and you can put them like everywhere in your tower. I would just like put them not too close to the ground so that people can't just like rocket run them. And the upside on this one would be though that the like metal plate is completely invisible, but I mean that's like up to you how you want to do it. The third thing would be just like a regular turret. We make a thatch ceiling, thatch wall to the tower. We install the Tesla coil on top of it. I can't right now, oh, can I? Yeah, I can. Just like this, and then you replace it with a regular metal wall, and it will be installed just like a regular tower, turret tower, turret on the turret tower, whatever. But I think I'm going with this because it's like the cleanest at the moment. Okay, next thing we want to do is install a generator on the ground. Since we're building like a very big tower with a lot of turrets, we want to make sure that they can't just like drop one generator in the middle and then the whole tower is turned off. If we install it on the ground level, they need to like actually with tech weapons destroy a tek-generator which is like sitting on the ground level. To further protect it, what you want to do is touch the ceiling up. We're gonna vault drop it just like in the old Ark. And what you want to do is with the corner of the vault, go to the X middle part of that thatch ceiling, and then we install 4 vaults. And hopefully it fits perfectly into this thing. As you see, it does. Now our shed is vault dropped. You could do it a second time, just like by going off these walls and drop another row of vaults on top of them. Just make sure, be aware if you're doing more than 3, the second you destroy the lowest vault, all vaults above will like fall into each other on the ground level. There's no more like actually vault dropping shit, just like an old Ark where I had like 15 vaults above each other. If you drop 1 vault on the ground now, they all fall at the same time. They have no hitbox while falling, and they will all be on the ground level on the same time and will all receive damage together when one is blown. If you want to, you can then install railings on the ground, which are just like blocking stegos, paraces, basically everything that would walk into your tower if they already destroyed the outer cage. And these upside down, like down and upside down railings, placing just so that humans can pass through, because everything bigger than a human, even like terrorbirds or raptors, they can't pass through this stuff. You can walk through it if you want to, just to have like some easier access and entry points for your people. And then you have your teleporters somewhere down here, and you need to get to the outside of the turret tower, but you don't need to like jump above these things all the time. Also, what you want to add is definitely like your ground turrets, depending on how many turrets you want to place on the ground, because it's also going to be the turret you're going to pick up if you want to push forward into a direction or with a Ling Ling. Yeah, I like to probably do like 8 down here, or techs for heavies, but don't forget them, because also if you're not there and people are trying to ground run, those turrets are gonna save, well, not save, but like protect your base level, especially against like box paraces and shit. If they step on them, they can be shot by those turrets, or the feet of them can be shot because you can't completely cover the paracer into the box, and then these turrets will help you shoot them paraces down. Now coming to the roofing, what we want to do is install a quarter wall over here and on the other side. This is because our foundation is an uneven number and we wouldn't get like a tip in the middle of the thing, but like it would be shifted to left or the right. If you don't want that, you want it perfectly in the middle. Go to the corner of your tower where you have your pillars. Go out by a quarter wall. I mean, you can do that real quick over here. Go out by a quarter wall. Use Q to shift around with the snap points, because it's sometimes gonna get hard to get the snap points. If I look at this and I press Q now, I can get the snap point for the pillar. Want to go too high, and over here we want to like start to install these railings with the not so like strongly going up mode, but like the second level like this. This still pushes off staggers if you have it like that, but it's not gonna be as high as the smaller tower that I built earlier. Works perfectly too, but if we build a big tower like this, the roofing would be like so high that it would be like stupid. Especially like to cover the middle part, you would need more turrets in the roofing itself. But if we make it like not as sloped as the other one, the air room in this up here is not as big, so a few turrets up here will be enough, because the bottom part of the tower will also shoot everything in the roof. Okay, and then you want to go all the way to the middle with that shit. And as we see, I already prepared something over here. So you go from the bottom line of your tower, you extend the walls, the double door frames higher on the sides where basically your roofs need to be like closed up. Then you take a quarter wall again, go out. This will later give us snap points for the railings, so that you not only have like the side ones, but like in the middle one too. And like this doesn't give us snap points, like there's no connection between the quarter wall and the railing. What you need to do then is take a tech ceiling, extend it out like this. You can do that on both sides if you want to. I'm just gonna pull it through on one side though, because it's like very cost intensive to build that. And like this, it's like enough already. You don't need both sides. Just on the corners, right, where you want to connect it to both quarter walls. And then in the middle, we want a metal pillar, thin pillar, and a thin pillar going up, because that will connect our railings to the middle part. And then I decided to go with the very steep ones over here, because otherwise, I can show that these ones would be like this, and the tip would look like stick out a bit. And if the tip of a pillar sticks out, people or animals can land on that, because it gives you like a small surface to stand on without being pushed off. Same thing is for those down here. You always want your railings to stand on top of the pillar, just like this. Down here it's the same. If this pillar is destroyed, I can pick that off real quick. The pillar ends over here, and that stands on top, because otherwise they would be able to stand on. I can show you that real quick. There's a thin pillar, you can stand on a thin pillar, even though if there is a railing connected to it, like this and like this. And even like walk back down, and it would, I can jump back, and it pushes me back down, as you see. But I can stand on it. Okay, sometimes you can stand on it, but this is already enough that I don't like it. And if a stagger stands on your tower, that's not a good point for you. I'm gonna go to the middle part over here. I used all corners. It's a bit hard to see right now because all of the railings, but if I go down like this, you maybe see it. I did not build the middle parts just to get less LOS, just the corner parts. We're gonna install a tech ceiling like this again, just for additional snap points. And then we're gonna take pillars and pillars, add them to the corners over here. Oh fuck, yeah, you need to have it outside, because otherwise you can't snap your shit to it. Like this, like this, like this. Now we will have those floating pillars, and on top of them, or at least on two of them, I'm gonna place my thatch walls again. I'm gonna put Tesla coils up here, just in case they want to come with like rhinos. They might be like stunned mid-air. Like, don't use the damage one up here, because everything that is gonna be up here is not gonna do much up here, right? So what you want in the air is like the stunning shit. on the ground you can have the, like on these ones down here, you can have the extra damage for enemies, right? Because you want your turrets to do as much damage as possible, obviously. But up here, flyers are not going to be long in here, and if you can stun them mid-air, just like over here, and they get stunned by the Tesla coil, they are fucked, right? Because they can't move out anymore, and they take increased damage by the turrets. If they're going to be shot by them down there too, and then they're just fucked. And then we need to go up here, and I want to make another connection up here, which is going to be easy. We're just going to put the double door frame up here and up here, and then it's enough if we just connect water wall. Do we do it up there? Oh, no, we're going to do that down here as well, just like on the outsides over there. It looks even and it's not ugly in the middle. And again, our tech ceilings, like I said, hold them across the whole thing. It gives more stability, especially if they're invisible, they can't be destroyed. Add some over here so we get these extra quarter wall snap points too. And then, like I said, the metal point, and we want to go from here and stick up our pillars everywhere in the middle. Get the extra snap points for the railings in the ceiling. Okay, obviously we want to put turrets on our roof as well to protect the roof against like rockets and shit like that. What I did is from the tech ceiling in the middle, the tech cellar door in the middle, we're gonna go 3 tech ceilings out on each corner of them, just like this. Add our thatch walls, and then place our turrets on the thatch walls, and then later, fuck you. Oh, come on, look at them like that, and it should be easy to place them. We just want to destroy the zone up here. And then obviously also for the top ones like this, we're gonna go to them and never close, and it will be all open and see through. And I'm just saying, while trying to find all the snap points, try to keep your sanity. Like, oh fuck that shit. See? This is like gonna be fucking ace, especially if you, like, I'm trying to do 2 roofings, right? You don't need to do 2 roofings if you only want 1, and it's like absolutely fine. I want to do 2 roofings right now, and it's gonna be a fucking pain in the ass.